The South American country of Peru is the world's second largest producer of copper, according to global data. One company that's ramping up exploration for copper in Peru is Solis Minerals. The company is narrowing in on copper targets at its Guaneris project in the country's Peruvian coastal belt. Initial rock samples from this area have shown elevated copper and gold values, which may indicate significant mineral deposits. I'm joined by Solis Minerals' new Executive Director, Michael Parker. Mike, firstly, congratulations on the new role.
Good day, Danielle. Thanks very much for that. Yes, just getting my feet under the table and advancing as rapidly as we can.
To start, can you explain what this phase of research is showing about the potential for this project in Peru?
Yeah, what Solis has been specialising in over the past couple of years is to focus on a prospective belt in the south of Peru, close to the port city of Ilo. And we've had two projects for a while, one called Ilo Norte and one called Ilo Este. And in Ilo Norte, we've identified an area called Chancho Alpalo, which we focused our exploration on. And Ilo Este is quite a well-advanced project with some previous drilling and lots of geological work. Those projects are about 17 kilometers apart. And we noticed in the last sort of 4 or 5 months that a large piece of ground right in between those projects became free. So we staked that, and that's become our new Guaneros project. And we've started to realize that we have a good exploration model, that we can see the relationship between the geology and the mineralization in the two projects we had. And we've seen if we can repeat that model in Guaneros. What we did is we did a drone mag survey, which involves a drone that flies in lines 200 meters apart across the area, picking up the magnetic anomalies, which can indicate the presence of mineralization. And from the initial data we've seen we have very similar areas to mineralization at Ilo Este. And to back that up, we've gone and done some very wide-spaced grab samples from rock samples in the area. And as you mentioned in the introduction, we've seen elevated levels of copper and gold, which are very, very similar to the signatures we have at Ilo Este. So what's happening is we're starting to put together quite a large prospective package with at least 3 projects that are all being advanced to sort of drill readiness at the moment.
Now, Michael, the next phase is obviously drilling. Are you starting to narrow down on your drill targets?
Yes, Danielle. The process involves initially mostly drone mag or mag work. After that, if we get some signatures which appear to be prospective, then we would do some follow-up geophysics, and that involves doing some induced polarisation or other methods which can show the presence of sulphides, which can narrow down your drill targets. We've done both those exercises at Chancho Alpalo and Ilo Este, and we're about to start narrowing down targets at Guaneros. So there's a second phase to do. Guaneros is a little bit different to the other two. There's a lot of cover, a lot of recent rocks, which means we may not be able to do as much IP or as much follow-up geophysics as we want. But basically, yes, the pathway now is to go ahead and narrow down areas, distinct areas that we believe would be the best for drill targeting.
And Michael, why is Peru such an exciting place to be right now for a copper project?
All of the Latin American, western side of Latin America is very prospective. Peru is particularly prospective. And the coastal belt where we are, it hasn't been the most prospected area, mostly because the size of the deposits tend to be a bit smaller than the very large deposits further inland. And also where we are, there's a lot of cover, which means we have to rely more on geophysics. But we've become experts in analysing geophysics and looking at the rocks we're seeing in the coastal belt. And we believe we're exceptionally well placed to explore that area and to develop the potential of the coastal area of Peru.
Thank you for your time today, Michael. Good luck with it all.
Thanks, Danielle, and thanks for your interest.
Just to recap what we heard, it's all about copper in South America right now. Peru is the world's second largest copper producing country, and new projects in this copper-rich region tend to be particularly interesting for investors. For more information about Solis Minerals, check out their channel page on Grafa.com.